First of all, if you would like to support me, my PayPal link will be down in the description. So thank you all. I also post a brand new series over on Animaking 3, so go over there and check out that. So I'm back with part 3 of What If Naruto Gave Up on His Dreams, guys. Remember to get this one too. 100 like as usual. Share this to all your friends on your social media platform. And also, if you're new and this is the first time hearing my voice, yes, I indeed have 3 more channels which I post. What if on every single day, so go ahead and check out Animaking 2, Animaking 3, and Anime Symbol, guys. And become a part of the Animaking family. And thank you for all of your help and your support. So without further ado or wasting any more time, how about we jump right into this brand new episode? Let us begin now, guys. So the last part that we left off, Hiruzen was angry after finding out about Naruto vanishing away. But he had to put his anger aside and focus on the task at hand. They had to find Naruto. They had to find him now. However, he could not afford for many to know about this. He had to be really careful with this. So he went into it quietly. The land of Wave was searched upside and down. However, the trail that they came across simply vanished, showing that there was something else at play here. Here is in doubt that Naruto would know any teleportation jutsu, so someone must have taken him from the location. Given the fact that Naruto had showed up to Kakashi looking rather calm, like nothing was wrong, but still he was concerned. So with that, he immediately dispatched his man to go and find Naruto at any means necessary. They need to get him back within the village immediately. Meanwhile that was going on, Naruto was starting to freak out slightly, realizing that he might have made a colossal mistake. Fu had no idea where they were going. He had no idea where they were going either. As Naruto started to get angry about this, which caused Fu to dive into a bit of a recollection of her past. Turns out that the leader of her village was killed by a man known as Suyen, the teacher of the leader's son, Shibuki. Shibuki, who was her only friend, was killed trying to protect her. And now, her life had been a living hell there. She was isolated from everyone else. They wanted to erase every sort of emotion out of her. They wanted to make her a weapon, nothing else and nothing more. She couldn't take it anymore, so she ran away. The others did not take fondly of her. No, they did not. Immediately, some of them even tried to attack her. The other Jinjurikis were not fond one bit. She was all tears as Naruto might leave her, because she had no one else, no friend, no family. He felt sad as he comforted her, telling her that he wasn't going to leave. He's been experiencing such emotions recently as well, when it came to knowing that he would never be what he desired. She told him about Komi that was sealed inside of her. Naruto was surprised as he never knew that the Nine Tails possess a name. Hearing about the Tail Beast's name that she spoke, she also told him that all of them had a name. But Naruto wasn't fond of the beast, given the fact that the Nine Tails was responsible for all of this. However, Fu got an idea. Due to her people, her village, wanting to make sure that she was the ultimate tool, knowledge was also a big part of her training, so she knew about the Uzumaki clan. Naruto was shocked, having no idea that he had a clan Absolutely none. They made their way. Due to her ability to fly, they were able to overcome the whirlpools. It turns out that Naruto blood was able to open something rather secretive, and Fu ended up pushing him inside and went in with him as well, causing him to yell at her for doing something so stupid. We then came across something rather strange, as they were experiencing a memory from the past. The leader of the Uzumaki clan, the one that was able to stand toe-to-toe with Hoshirama Senju and Madara Uchiha. That man, he had a brother. His brother had went psychotic in the end, experimenting on his own. He believed that the downfall of their clan would become something permanent in the future and they had to stop it. However, the way he went about it was truly horrific. So he had to be the one to stop, but in the end he gave his life. He gave his life for his work. He then showed himself, showing that his DNA was engraved into the seal. Naruto was frozen by the strange seal that was wrapping around him. The man told him that it was fate, it was destiny. And once Naruto denied taking this power, given how psychotic he seemed, he lost it and forced it on Naruto. And given that they were inside of his domain, powered by his chakra, the remnants of him, they couldn't really fight against it as he was able to overpower them, stripping them of their free will. He was able to ingrain all of this power inside of Naruto, twisting and turning it. When Naruto woke up, Fu was burying him, believing that he had died. However, Naruto was alive. She was so happy as she hugged him with all of her might. With that said and done, Naruto wasn't sure what happened to him. Why did the man do that? The pain he was trying to understand. Naruto ended up sneezing though. He sneezed rather violently, but this wasn't just some normal sneeze. The both of them were truly shocked when they saw a miniature nine-tailed fox. The beast was ferocious, well it tried to be, but given its small stature, as it attacked them it wasn't that harmful. What in the world had happened? Well, they had absolutely no idea. He kept on attacking them, not giving them the time of day. As Fu noticed something about Naruto as well. His hair color changed from blonde to red. It seems like what the man did to him was more different than he originally thought. So that was where they were right now. And they had a lot more to discover. And they had a lot more to do. So yeah guys, basically as we left off, you guys can switch across the play check to for yourselves as we begin this new episode. On the main island of the Uzumakis, a devilish laugh came from the nine-tailed fox. As he looked at them all, he laughed. He laughed loudly. "You puny, stupid human. Do you really believe that these can bind me?" he said, rage in his eyes. Naruto was not paying attention, though his attention was on Fu. Somehow, she pulled another smaller container out of the large one on her back. She pulled fruits out of it, and now she pulled out a rope that was long enough to tie the nine tails, all of his limbs, all of his tails. Now that was, well, kind of weird, and each time Naruto tried to inspect it, she turned away, and she gave him that strange smile as he started to question just what in the hell was that thing on her back. However, his attention was turned back towards a fox that was struggling against the ropes, trying his hardest to break free. As Naruto and Fu looked down towards him, "He doesn't give up, does he?" Fu said. She then started to laugh. "What's so funny?" said Naruto. "Oh, it's Komi. He made a joke about the little plushie here." "What?" The nine tails tried to break free once again, but unsuccessful, as he stretched and pulled, but he could not get free no matter what. He started to curse at them. "I think the sealing process overrided my system and was able to overpower the 8 trigram seal on my stomach, replicating the effects by using my chakra to mimic the chakra of the nine tails, therefore separating the beast from its own chakra and releasing it once. The change took effect, giving my hair as the example. The Nine Tails blinked, so did Fu, as they both looked at Naruto. Fu tilted her head. "How do you know that?" she said. "I have absolutely no idea," said Naruto, as he placed a hand on his head. "I have no idea how I know so much about the Nine Tails, nor how I know so much about the seal. I think whatever he did to me doesn't just change my hair, but it also was able to change my chakra network. My system is different than it has ever been before. I am granted with knowledge that I never had before," Naruto said as he reached for a stone on the ground. He went through hand signs that not even Fu understood, having never seen them before, and she was pressured into studying a lot, and yet she did not know those. Naruto then tapped the stone as he held it in his hand. Fu watched as Naruto opened his hand. The same identical stone was now... Wait, there was two of them. "What did you do?" she said. "Where did you get the other one from?" "I mimic it," said Naruto, "using my chakra and using a stabilizer seal, also using a creation seal, mimicking the same design of the stone, making a perfect replica, down to the same texture and hardness." Naruto covered his mouth with his hand. "Whoa, that's awesome," said Fu. "So he made you like really smart and give you all these things. Why?" "Remember what he said," said Naruto. "He wanted to be the one to do it, but he failed. And his life was the final catalyst in order to trigger the seal, because the other Uzumakis did not believe in him. But he was right," Naruto said, turning towards the remains of the clan. "Because all that is left is just destruction," he said, sadness in his eyes. Fu placed a hand on his shoulder. Naruto then turned back towards the nine-tailed fox. "It seems my mother was also a Jinchuriki." "She was?" said Fu. "It's not only the jutsu knowledge that I have in my head," said Naruto. "Mito Uzumaki, the wife of the first Hokage, was the first Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails. And she died. But the nine-tailed fox cannot be killed like that. Even if it is, the chakra will reconstruct itself. Therefore, a host was chosen. Due to the relationship between the Uzumakis and Konoha, someone had to be sent to the village to fill that path. There was all these rules that were in place," Naruto said, holding his head as he spoke. "However, within the clan, there was only a few set of people with special chakra, and majority of them were the women," said Naruto. "They inherit the strong, powerful chakra. The male chakra might be stronger than your average shinobi and greater than most, but the female chakra is different. It has a calming sedative with it that is able to restrain tail beasts, but not their stature, just their power," said Naruto. "So it had to be. I'm not old enough to be the next successor, so my mother was perhaps sent to Konoha," Naruto said, making his own theories. "That is why he ended up here. But he had no idea who his father was." Naruto saw the nine-tail's left tail, the third one, twitch. "What do you know?" "What?" I said. "What do you know?" said Naruto, stepping towards him. "Even if I did know something, why the hell should I tell you? Because if you don't, I'm going to..." Naruto paused. "Is something wrong?" Fu asked, hearing Naruto's sudden pause. "It's strange. Now that I know these things, I feel bad for him." "What? You dare pity me?" The nine-tails growled at Naruto, but he'd look rather adorable given his stature. Fu looked at Naruto. He's been sealed, trapped away. He's been unable to experience life itself. And after feeling my dreams vanish away from me, that is how I felt. And it was horrendous. I couldn't take it anymore. Dark thoughts were creeping up on me. I tried to fight them off, until you arrived and gave me a way out," said Naruto. "I can't imagine having to do this for years upon years, Naruto said, looking down, as the fox cursed at him. Look, said Naruto, stepping in front of him, quieting him down. You're not the nine-tailed fox that you once were. My chakra was able to mimic your chakra due to the fundamentals of the specialized seals that were placed inside of me. Because of that, you were stripped from your chakra, leaving only your essence. This is the stature of your mind without your power. I still have your chakra, said Naruto. And I believe if I just do... Naruto reached out and placed a hand on his head. The next moment, the fox's eyes tripled. He burst out of the rope, his power funneling back into him, until Naruto stripped it away as he returned to his smaller stature. What have you done? Return my power now, he said, baring his fangs. Aw, he's so adorable, said Fu. Once again, the fox was cursing at the both of them as Naruto sat down, glaring towards the nine-tailed fox. Now you see, I have the ability to release majority of your power back to you, and you can do whatever you want. However, you have to give me what I want, and that is information. You must know who my father is. If you were my mother's tail beast, you must know who my father is. You have to at least seen or felt something. You must know something, tell me, said Naruto, desiring to know a question that he wanted for a long while now. The fox sent Naruto a glare, but it calmed itself down, looking for its own freedom, hating the pitiful state that it was in right now. Fine. Your mother was my previous host, a troublesome, annoying woman. And your father was... Meanwhile, at Konoha, Team 7 could not be on standby forever. They had gotten a new teammate. His name was Sai, a dark-haired individual with pale skin. Sakura was not a fan. Sasuke was not a fan either. Sai tended to say what was ever on his mind. That was different from Naruto, completely so. Sai was, well, he was annoying to them. However, Sai was here for a different reason. More and more time has passed by and people start to notice. People start to realize the important people that is. The door opened up without an invitation. What have you done? It was two of them, the elders, Homura and Koharu. Behind them was a man known as Danzo. He was the one that had handed over a suitable candidate to keep the Uchiha safe. After a lengthy discussion with him, telling the Hokage that he failed to protect the boy. And now he was gone. Now their greatest weapon was gone. Here is a use that information against Danzo because the information was so limited to a few that, if it was to spread, he would consider Danzo personally responsible for that. Danzo seemed to be rather counter-reactive when it came to that subject. And he was rather docile when it came to placing one of his own on the team, believing that it would be a good fit, stopping them from losing the other asset of the village, which was the Uchiha. The boy was specially trained after all. His name was Sai. The elders seemed to have just found out, and they wanted answers. Due to having known them for so long, Hiruzen did not reprimand them, as he kept himself calm. I am already covering the issue, he said. How so? Meanwhile, dashing through the trees making his way, was a long white-haired man as he leaped from tree to tree. He made his way towards the land of water, gazing out towards the scenery. He might have failed a lot before, but he will not fail in finding him, the man thought to himself as he made his way off. Meanwhile, the nine-tailed fox was cursing at Naruto once again, as Naruto restrained him. I will keep my promise, Naruto said, but not just yet. If I were to return your power right now, there is a good chance that you would go through with your earlier threats and annihilate the both of us. So why would I allow you to hurt me and my friend? Naruto said. Fu smiled when she heard the word friend. But don't worry, said Naruto. We won't keep you around forever. We'll let you free one of these days. The nine-tailed cursed as Naruto shoved him within the container. Naruto then realized that this was his chance to see exactly what was inside. But Fu closed it. The nine tails could be heard trying to get out, but he was unsuccessful. Don't worry. He has changed a lot since being stripped of his own chakra. His body is more animal-like now, said Naruto. He will fall asleep soon. You know, that's really cool, said Fu. What else do you know, she asks. I think he transferred knowledge on Fuinjutsu that he was creating himself. There's a lot of dangerous things in my mind, said Naruto. Things that I'm not quite sure I can even do. How so, she said. No, it's not a physical achievement that I can't. It's a mental achievement that I cannot. Some rather gruesome things. But it's not only that, Naruto said. He understood the benefit of empowering oneself with Fuinjutsu. Naruto went through hand sign and placed his hand on his chest. Fu watched as a strange hologram of sorts emerged from Naruto. It was see-through. It was Naruto but completely see-through. She poked it only for her hand to go through it. It's not physical, said Naruto. What is it? Look right here, said Naruto. Fu then saw it. His beating heart. There was seals. As Naruto focused more, sealing jutsu was inscribed within his heart, tattooed on the inside. They cannot be removed. Inside, wrapped around his ribs, wrapped around his lungs. Sealing was all over his body, and they were permanent. Not even he that now knows more about sealing than anyone else can remove them because of the death. The life that was given to enact this result is a life that cannot be reversed. It was a permanent binding seal. However, as far as Naruto was seen so far, they were all beneficial. So what now, said Fu. What exactly are we gonna do? Well, we can't stay here, said Naruto. I'm not sure if they believe that I will be able to catch on to it, but there's a chance that Konoha might come here. I'm just theorizing this, and I will not be going back. But how could they make you, she said. First thing, you've gotten like really strong. You have the power of the nine tails, and this new knowledge that you now have. And besides, you have me, and I'm the strongest in the world, she said. Naruto chuckled at her remark. Hey, it's not funny. I am. She was talking to Komi inside of her. As Naruto tried something, he placed 2 fingers on his forehead as he placed a hand on Fu's head. He then released her. What did you do, she asked. You can see me, can't you? Fu was confused as Naruto seemed to be looking at her but at the same time not. Yes, I can. About time we have a proper conversation, Komi said, gazing towards Naruto. Fu means everything to me, and if you hurt her, I'll rip you apart. Superpowered Fuinjutsu member or not, I'll tear you limb from limb and burn your pieces into ashes. Do you understand me? I would never hope or imagine to ever hurt her, said Naruto. She saved me from something very bad, and for that, I will always be grateful to her. Naruto did not speak out words, as Fu wasn't hearing their conversation because Komi wasn't allowing it. For what reason? I'm glad, Komi said. Take care of her. I'll be doing it from in here, and you do it from out there. Got that? Don't worry, said Naruto. I won't. And hey, he's not that bad. The world has been truly unfair to him. Naruto released a breath. Some time ago I would tell you that he is, but as of right now, Naruto sighed. Naruto turned towards Fu. What is it, she said. Let him out, said Naruto. Really? He's just going to try to Just do it, said Naruto. Fu released the nine tails. He immediately attacked Naruto, but Naruto grabbed him by the scruff of the neck. Naruto then held him in the ear as he went through one-handed hand sign. He placed a hand on the nine-tailed stomach. What the hell are you doing? Release me, he said. Naruto then placed the same hand on his back. The next moment, the nine-tails was stuck to him like glue. It tried to bite him, it tried to claw him, but it found itself unable to. You're connected to me in more ways than one because of your chakra. That means I have more control over you. I just made it a lot better, said Naruto. It doesn't matter what you do, you can't attack me. Whoa. Fuinjutsu is so awesome, said Fu. More awesome than I ever thought. It seems that it is. You will slip up soon enough. And when you do, it will be the end of you. Yeah, said Naruto as he started to walk. As much as he spoke, hearing that his father was Minato Namikaze, the leader of the village. Well, it was a lot to unpack. It was a reason why he simply not focused on that right now. As he went quiet, because his father was the thing that he wanted to be, a leader. Naruto wondered if that was it. If there was just some connection with him wanting to be the Hokage because of that. He wasn't sure. Maybe it was genetics. With that, both him and Fu made their way. Time skip. They needed money, and they didn't have any. However, Fu had an idea how they could get some by using the bingo book. Her ability to fly would be able to help them beneficially, clearing long distances in a short amount of time and finding missing names that are worth a lot. However, before that though, Naruto wanted to see just how strong she was, having come to learn a lot. However, he was limited to a few things. There were some things in his head, some information that he needed to work on in order to truly access the next level of Fuinjutsu. However, so far, his strength had grown phenomenally. He wondered if his parents would be proud of him. Because of what happened, he would never get to see them ever again. The chakra that was inside of him, he felt it. Through his Fuinjutsu markers that were there, which could detect anything that was inside of him. Small, isolated pockets of chakra. However, the remaining part was gone, destroyed and turned into the same corrosive energy as the nine-tailed fox power. His parents, his father seemed to be a genius, sealing their chakra within the seal, but now all of that was gone. Naruto placed the nine tails down, as he was there as a spectator, unable to flee. Even if he could, why would he? Because in a while, he was just a normal fox. He lacked his power, he lacked his strength, so he was forced to watch. Something came to the fox's mind, as you remember, a long time ago. An old man telling him that one day, someone would arrive, someone that will change everything. As he looked at this Uzumaki in front of him, he remembered what Naruto said to him while they were traveling to this area. You can curse at me all you want. I might not understand your pain because I never truly experienced it for that long. However, just like Fu, I think there can be a compromise. We don't have to be enemies. The Nine Tails did not tell Naruto what happened exactly on that night. He only told him that the fourth Hokage was his father, not that he was the one that took them down, not that he was being controlled. As he watched, Fu was bouncing on the ball of her heels, a smile on her face. Are you sure you want to do this? I don't want to humiliate you that much. I have told you before that I'm really strong, she said. Give it your all, said Naruto. I want to see just how much stronger I've become. She smiled. Alright, let's go then. She dashed at him. Her speed was beyond anything that he's ever seen. It's for a simple reason Fu was not running. Her feet might be barely on the ground, but she was not running. Having gotten so great at using her flight ability, She seemed to be able to combine the two together, creating some kind of gliding feature, using her chakra to stimulate her movements. And it was truly insane. She sped towards him, but her fist slammed into a barrier. Naruto blinked, surprised that he was able to conjure that so fast. He reduced the amount of hand signs, using only those that were necessary, but because of that, Fu break right through the barrier. However, Naruto had already run off to the side. "You're not getting away," she said as she raised her fist. She then plunged it in the ground. The area in front of Naruto ripped apart, sending debris and sharp stones everywhere. Naruto leaped into the air as she jumped on the stones, using them as a distraction, kicking two of them towards him. Naruto created two clones, one to grab him and one to knock the stones away, as he caught one of them and launched it towards her, but she punched it into dust. Naruto was frightened even more by her monstrous strength. "Did you forget I could fly?" she said, releasing her wings as she dashed at him. "Oh, I remember," said Naruto, waiting until she was inches away from him. A storage seal, unlike any storage seal that was circulating right now, was right in the center of Naruto's palm. It released a boulder, and this was no normal boulder. It was like Naruto had ripped up a part of the earth. Fu's eyes widened as she flew around it, but it hit her arm. She twisted mid-air. Naruto stepped on the boulder and jumped, swinging his fist, but she caught it. "Nice try," she said. She then grabbed onto him as she started to spin. She was going to slam him into the ground. The excessive training that was given to her had made her physical strength beyond his, despite what he's come to learn. However, Naruto realized that the whole thing that was taking place, it wasn't a cheat. It wasn't a get strong quick. Yes, he might have learned a lot of knowledge about sealing arts, but some of the more difficult ones require work and time, and his strength, while growing at the moment, Fu's strength was greater than his. However, due to the amount of seals that were ingrained inside of him, there were certain aspects that could be beneficial. His strength was not able to overcome hers at the moment, but Naruto tapped into something. Bloodborne, sealing, Uzumaki legacy. It's a state of complete activation. Naruto here started to levitate, flying the opposite way. His chakra surrounded him and surged. Naruto broke free as they separated before they hit the ground. Bursting out of the smoke, Naruto threw a punch, but she caught it as her feet was slated back. Naruto uppercut her into the air. He then blitzed above her by leaping, delivering a kick as she smashed hard into the ground. Smoke and dust filled the entire area. Naruto landed, his body returning back to normal. The next moment, a tremendous amount of power was released. Every single dust blew away as Naruto raised a hand. He watched as Fu emerged, her wings flapping dangerously as a smirk greased her features. "Oh shit," said Naruto. Moments later, Naruto was embedded in the ground, as he was roughed up pretty badly. "Sorry if I took it a bit too far," Fu said, scratching the back of her head. "No, you're fine," said Naruto. "I told you to show me what you can do." Laughter could be heard, courtesy of the Nine Tails. "What's so funny?" said Naruto. "Your pain," the Nine Tails said, mocking Naruto and laughing at him. Naruto sighed as his body was healing far faster than it normally did. He jumped to his feet. "Wait, you took a nasty hit back there, courtesy of me, and I'm pretty powerful, so you should take it easy," said Fu. "I'm fine," said Naruto. "It's not just my knowledge that was increased." "How much were you holding back?" "Who said I was?" she asked. "I could feel it," said Naruto. "You weren't throwing your punches or moving as fast as you should." "Maybe I was holding back a bit," she said. "Why would I want to hurt my new friend? Besides, I gave you enough to judge my strength." But how much exactly do you think you were holding back, Naruto asked. Around 60%? Naruto blinked in shock. Really? And that's without using the power inside of you? He said with a shocked look on her face. I told you, I'm pretty strong. Yeah, unusually strong, said Naruto, as he was looking at her strangely. What's wrong? Fu asked. Nothing, said Naruto. Time skip. Months later, both Naruto and Fu were making their way. As they were walking, Naruto suddenly stepped close to her and placed an arm around her waist. Fu was rather surprised by that. Listen to me very carefully, he said. We're being followed. What? She said, quickly focusing in. By who? I can sense them. They've been following us for a while now. I thought it was just a coincidence. Whoever this person is, they're good. Really, really good, said Naruto. It isn't your average ninja. You think this is linked to the people that we brought in? Full question. I'm not sure, perhaps, said Naruto. Over the past couple of months, Fu and Naruto went hunting. Hunting for missing ninjas, and they've brought in a lot of them alive. And because of that, well, they had money now to buy new clothing and purchase a lot better food, staying in hotels. The hunting business wasn't that bad. Fu could fly, something Naruto was also trying to define for himself as well. And Naruto Fuinjutsu made things a lot easier, able to identify the strongest members in a large vicinity. However, that is when he truly focused to spread it over a village. But his sensory ability that was gifted from his Uzumaki genes were also extremely powerful as well. As they walked, the nine-tailed fox was on Naruto's shoulder. No one else could see it though, due to the Fuinjutsu marker that bent light around it. Listen to me, you stupid brat. Don't you dare get caught with this weakened form that I'm in, and you being stubborn to return my full power. If you let me go down like this, I'll rip you apart with my teeth. How exactly, Naruto asked. Shut up and focus, the nine-tailed said. Over the past month, Naruto wanted to say that things had changed a lot, but with the nine-tails, things haven't changed a lot. At least he was no longer trying to kill him. Well, because Naruto was preventing it. Well, at least he wasn't cursing that much. Well, he kind of was. So yeah, things have not changed that much. In a sense, the nine-tailed was still his prisoner, seeing that he had his power. As they made their way, they saw something up ahead, a huge crowd. I have an idea, said Naruto, as they made their way through the crowd. However, the person was smart enough to catch on. Both Naruto and Fu could be seen distance away making their way, having used a little trick courtesy of Naruto. Now they were gonna escape, however. Boom! A large toad dropped from the goddamn sky. Naruto sensed it coming, but he was shocked. The massive toad crashing down in front of them. The person was laughing. You think you could trick the great Jiraiya? Well, you have it wrong. I am the sage, I am the great. Both Naruto and Fu were perplexed. His introduction, which was goofy. However, Fu knew who he was, his features and his name. That's one of the legendary Sanins. I've heard that before, said Naruto. Yes, because he's from your village. Said to be one of the most powerful ninjas in the world right now. Shit, said Naruto, having achieved a lot over the couple of months, but could he really defeat someone that possessed a title like that? Jiraiya jumped down. You have no idea how long I've been looking for you, brat, he said. Your hair threw me off, given that it's supposed to be blonde. The Sanin said, stepping towards him. Stay back, said Fu. I won't let you take him. Ah, you found yourself a little friend. He gave Naruto a thumbs up. You speak like we know one another, said Naruto. But we don't. I'm not going back to the village. Why? Jiraiya questioned. Naruto did not expect that. He expected the man to went straight for threats, to force him to come back. But that was not what he expected. Fu neither. Naruto took a moment. Because I can't, he said. I once believed that it was my destiny to be there. I once believed that it was my destiny to be the leader of that village. However, I see now that my dreams are impossible. And since I realized that, I've realized that that village is not my home. I am to be blamed for something that is not even my fault. Given who you are, I'm sure you know the power I contain. Jiraiya's lack of response showed Naruto that he knew. Others would say that I must rise above it. That I must focus on building unity, the will of fire and this and that. But why? Why should I put my own happiness below the happiness of others who don't give a damn about me? But none of that matters now, does it? You don't care what I have to say. Your only goal is to bring me back to the village. So why bother? That is what you believe, said Jiraiya. But you're wrong. You're more safe there than you are out here. I understand your emotions on this matter, but you have to understand, right now, you being in the public, it's becoming noticeable. How do you think I found you? Your recent exploit with going after missing ninjas have been drawing the attention of others. Soon enough, they will find out who you are, and when they do, every last nation will hunt you to the end of the earth. The nine-tailed fox that is inside of you is indeed a burden, and it's going to draw down the entire world upon you. Every nation that desires to gain a foothold over others, they will come after you, mine your villages, thousands. Your life will never be a moment of peace. They will hunt you until they can't anymore. They have the manpower and the mindset and the will to do that. And they will capture you. They will, trust me. And once they do, you will die. Fu realized that her escape was secretive, it seems. As they were doing the same thing that Konoha was trying to do. Avoid the subject about their missing tail beasts. I don't care, said Naruto. What? I said I don't care. How can you be so stubborn, said Jiraiya. Don't you understand the implications of what is going to happen? I understand your pain, but this is not the right way to go about it. Come back with me. We can sort all of this out. All of it can be sorted out, just come back. Fu was ready as she saw it. The twitching of his finger, a signal. Naruto brought his hand down and hit the ground. Jiraiya saw no hand signs. He saw nothing to indicate that the child was going to do something, but he did feel the chakra. What the hell? The ground under Jiraiya suddenly vanished away. Just the section that he was standing on, as it appeared above him. Fu grabbed Naruto and flew. Jiraiya blasted through the piece of earth with a Rasengan. Leaping, trying to catch back. He stepped on one of the debris, using it as a kicking stand as he pushed off. Trying to grab Naruto, and he was successful. He grabbed Naruto's leg. However, the smirk on the kid's face showed him that something was right. Jiraiya was able to pull down Naruto, but Naruto shed himself, almost like a snake shedding its skin. He released an astral form of himself that had physical tendencies as he came through the back. It cracked in pieces the moment Jiraiya gripped onto it tightly. Fu fly high enough as Jiraiya wanted to summon his toad, but Naruto held both of his hands out. The inscription within his palm switched as the symbol for wind release appeared. The next moment, Fu gripped onto Naruto in a way to make sure that they were holding onto each other steady. Ready, she said. Yeah. Fu braced herself as Naruto released it. A violent gust of wind energy that mixed with her flight speed, along with Naruto releasing that energy. Well, Jiraiya tried to catch up, but he was gravely unsuccessful, insanely so. They were gone. Time skip. Within the shadows, two powerful individuals reside. They were no normal men, known as Esran criminals in this world. They were high priority, dangerous, violent people. That is how they were depicted. However, one of them was nothing like that. Dark hair. He had a set of eyes that most would kill for. The other one had beady black eyes. They were partners. Itachi Uchiha, the one that relinquished his humanity. The one that condemned his own fate by slaughtering his entire clan. Residing beside him was the beast, the tailless beast, Kisame. At the moment, they were greeted by a mysterious individual that had power that eclipsed theirs. He was in charge, he was their leader. News came back to us. It seems we have to move up schedule. The 9 Tails Jinchuriki and the 7 Tails Jinchuriki are together. They fled from their homes and they've been together ever since. With no village to protect them, no one to come to their aid, you two will go after them. And you will bring the both of them back, subdued and alive. Zetsu will lead you to the location. It seems that Jiraiya was right. Both Naruto and Fu actions had caused a lot of commotion, and they were found by the spy of the organization. As they made their way, the two Akatsuki members, Itachi Uchiha, he had different thoughts in his head. One could never tell due to his rather stoic look. However, he did not desire to capture Naruto. Despite what he's done, he seemed to be different than how most people saw him. Extremely so. He had to make sure though that the 9 Tails was not captured. As the two of them made their way, meanwhile Naruto and Fu could be seen jumping from tree to tree when Naruto picked up on something. The look on his face concerned Fu. "What's wrong?" she said. "We have a problem. We have to go. Now." They started to move, leap into the highest section of the tree in order to fly away. However, Naruto grabbed her and jumped away. The person was able to move faster than he thought. The tree was obliterated, a strange weapon ripping through it. Both of them landed on the ground. Well, what do we have here? Two little lost lamb. Well, I guess that makes me the big bad wolf, Kisame said as he picked up Samehata. Fu grabbed Naruto and took to the skies. However, fire stopped them from going too far, courtesy of Itachi. He had to be very careful, had to play his part well, knowing that Kisame was observing him. "I'm afraid it's not gonna be that easy, kids. You're coming with us." "Who the hell are you?" said Naruto. "Oh, that's not important," Kisame said. "Don't worry, Itachi. I'll handle this." Fu's eyes widened as she swallowed thickly. "Whatever you do, never look into his eyes," she said, pointing behind them. "He's the one that slaughtered his entire clan. Within Konoha, he's Itachi Uchiha, and he has the Sharingan. We have to leave," Fu whispered to Naruto. "I can tell that they're stronger than us. Both of them, especially the one in front of us. I've heard tales about his abilities, that he has a blade that can siphon your chakra away." Naruto remembered that she was forced to learn all of this. "We can't fight him, especially not holding off the other one behind us. They're both S ranks. We're not ready for something like that." "I have an idea," she said. Naruto nodded to her. She jumped into the air as he covered his eyes. She released a strange powder from her mouth, but the next moment the technique was nullified by none other than Kisame, moving much faster than she thought. Naruto had closed his eyes per her instruction. Fu was sent sailing as she crashed into a tree. Naruto jumped. However, he was kicked in the face. He flipped and landed on the branch. Itachi landed as their eyes met. Naruto was so focused on saving Fu, forgetting the words that was told to him a moment ago. His body seemingly shut down as Fu saw that. No. She sped past Kisame, going around him by going under the branch. She jumped away only for Samehata to crash down on her, its scales stabbing into her back slightly, trying to trap her where she was. It was siphoning her chakra. Fu slammed it into the ground. However, Kisame dropped, his fist planted within her gut as Samehata moved. The ground trembled. Fu cried out in pain. Itachi was in a bind, as he wanted to... What the hell? He himself was surprised. The tree exploded as Naruto's body was ignited with a strange red aura. The next moment, though, it vanished away. Go, said Naruto. They had no idea who he was talking to. They both blinked in shock as a massive nine-tails leap, his size growing as he jumped. His tails obliterated the area, forcing the both of them to jump away. He looked down as he saw the girl on the ground. One of his tails lashed out and wrapped around her. He then threw her towards Naruto. Naruto catch Fu in his arms, surprised by the nine-tail action. Very much so. But the beast's attention was focused on the other two. It saw the eyes. Immediately, it opened its mouth, its chakra converted into pure heat. It burned the entire forest, all of its heat going towards Itachi. Kisame jumped forward with a humongous amount of water, but that paled in comparison to the flames that turned it into steam immediately. Both men took off, jumping back as fast as they possibly could. The nine-tails ripped trees out of the ground. The beast wasn't at its full size because Naruto knew if it was, it would probably squash them by accident. It threw the trees violently. Itachi jumped on one of them and ran. He flipped to the other one. Kisame arrived and grabbed him and threw him forward. His eyes then met the fox's gaze. Damn it, the fox said. Itachi collapsed down, struggling heavily so. As the seconds passed, he could feel it was going to break. Such power, something he never felt before. The overwhelming sensation. He's never tried to control a tailed beast. It caught him off guard. He tried to push the fox mind into submission now that he understood the feeling. Itachi was a genius, keep that in mind. Just a few seconds and he could understand it. While the beast was dreadfully powerful. Those eyes, those awful, godforsaken eyes were meant to subdue it. Naruto ran up the nine-tailed back as he jumped off, releasing chains. Golden chains, but these were different. They weren't the normal adamantine chains from the Uzumaki clan. No, they were far different. The nine-tails, in his being controlled moment, noticed Naruto jumping in to save him, despite the fact that they could have fled a long time ago and survived. Naruto still had his chakra and he would still have it. Yet he chose to return to save him. The nine-tails realized. The moment Naruto chains dug into the earth, they started to realize what was going to happen. Kisame grabbed Itachi as a sealing formula spread on the ground. Sealing formula for ninjutsu offensive techniques known as the leveler chains. The leveler chains were special in more ways than one. They made their way underground, expanding hundreds of yards within seconds. However, due to Naruto's inexperience in using them, the time process was a bit slower, but As you can see, the effects was still quick. There was a reason why it was known as leveling chains. The amount of power one can accumulate. But it cannot be used around your friends or your comrades. Because the title was there, at its strongest, it would be able to level an entire village. As the ground itself, they could feel it. Kisame tried to move out of the circle, but it was too fast. Itachi, on the other hand, released his hold on the Nine Tails and his eyes switched. An explosion that ripped through the forest. The Nine Tails wrapped both Naruto and Fu within him, covering them as he was thrown. The big beast launching through the sky. The chains had released themselves from Naruto the moment they inscribed themselves into the ground. Naruto was confident in the Nine Tails' power to survive, but even if he wasn't, Naruto had been sending more power within the Nine Tails as he stood on its head to strengthen it even more. The larger it got, the more powerful it got. As they were blazing through the sky, just go to show the magnitude of Naruto explosion. For a normal person, well, they would be running on empty right now. But ever since literally inscribing Fuinjutsu within Naruto Chakra Network, Naruto body had been experiencing quick growth. His control his strength, while most people will take years. The more he trained, the more vast his levels become, and the more control he gained. And that was just one of them that he's come to learn. It made him realize that he needed to learn everything as quickly as possible in order to be able to handle foes like this. Because as powerful as he's gotten, that was still an S-rank ninja. And they could best him. Fu surprisingly got on her feet. Naruto was shocked. He thought that the sword had drained most of her chakra away. However, it seems like a lot of it wasn't exactly drained away. But he saw it. They landed on the ground. As Naruto returned the fox back to its small size, the beast did not even complain as Naruto grabbed him. He wrapped his arm around Fu's waist as they took off, once again using the wind released the blaze through the heavens, going far, far away. Back towards the scene, both men were still kicking as a strange construct around them started to return. Back to the wielder, Kisame gazed towards his partner and the power that he produced. Well, it seems like we're alive. Although, the environment. Since when did you care about the environment? Itachi questioned. What? Can't I have hobbies? Kisame questioned. But Itachi did not follow up. They failed. But at least they had a lot more information. Time skip. Having gotten a far distance away, they found themselves finally relaxing. We'll have to get a lot stronger to beat those guys next time. It seems they're after us, more so the power inside of us. Naruto was quiet. Hey, what's wrong? We escaped, we're okay. Fu. Naruto looked at her. You're not supposed to be on your feet, he said. She was confused. That sword, due to the changes that I've gone through, I'm able to sense it and see it in my mind what that sword did. It took away your chakra, but as it did, you were replenished a moment later. What? She said, confused as Naruto touched her forehead. The next moment, the both of them were within the depths of her mind. Kurama was also there on Naruto's shoulder as well. He did not seem to be pissed about Naruto taking back the power so they could flee, considering that one of them possessed the goddamn Sharingan. Koumei was there. It's been a long time, Kurama, he said. Naruto heard the name, but he did not say anything. This being the first time he heard the Nine-Tails name. But there was another reason why he was here. What's going on? Fu said, that is why we are here. The purpose to find out what is going on. What just happened? You saw that. And here I thought that I could hide it for a bit longer. Hide what? Koumei, what is he talking about? There is no Koumei, said Naruto. Fu looked towards Naruto. Oh, what are you talking about? What do you mean? He's right there. No, you don't have a tail beast. Fu looked towards Naruto like he was crazy. Have you lost your mind or something? Oh, I see it now. Kurama said. Wait, what are you guys talking about? She said. I don't understand. Tell her, said Naruto. Koumei settled down. His wings stopped flapping. Fu, it's time that you remember. Remember what? Remember. The voice of Koumei triggered a memory, which all of them were able to see. Kurama himself was truly shocked. All this time, this girl was... But guys, me and subs right here. If you want to see the next part and do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. And also guys, don't forget to go ahead and check out the other what ifs on the other channels. But I'm out for now. See you guys soon. Peace.